Hello to all who visit this podcast. I'm William Jenkins, and I developed the Cherished Values Character Program several years ago. I am happy to be able to share it nationwide and worldwide, even through this podcast. It is the Cherished Values Character Program. It is called Cherished Values because it is based upon the cherished values of the American people. I decided to develop this program because I saw at a certain point in my teaching career that the students coming to me knew less and less about the values of this country and showed less and less evidence that they had embraced them. And it also occurred to me that the less and less these values were apparent in our students, the less well they did in school. So I became quite concerned about this and began to pay more and more attention to it. And finally, I decided that I should do something to make sure that these values that are so crucial to American society, so crucial to America surviving and thriving as a great nation, and so much a part of the education of Western civilization, that those of us who wanted to preserve that which is best in America needed to do something about these values. So I developed this program, Cherished Values of the American People. Now, there are several so-called character programs available today in schools. But this character program is different inasmuch as those of us who are part of presenting this character program believe that it is the best character program in America. And in a sense, it could well be said that it is the only character program in the country. And the reason it is the only character program in the country is because it is the only program that I know about that has an actual definition of character. I have talked to some of the people who are advocating and even presenting other character programs. And I have asked them from time to time, what is the definition of character you are operating on? And I remember asking a man once at a character conference who was doing a presentation on character and had a booth that he was selling material on character. And I asked him, what is the definition of character? And in 15 minutes at least of conversation, he still could not tell me the definition of character that he was using as he presented his character material. This program starts with a definition of character, and it is unique among character programs because of that fact. If you want to teach something and measure whether you are being successful at it, you need to know what it is you're teaching. You need to have a definition, and you have to have a way to measure. I would not be able to tell whether the students in my class were learning what I taught if I didn't have some way to measure that which they had learned. And that's what the test was for, to measure, to see how much of the material they had learned. And there had to be, or needed to be, specific material that I was to teach. Character is much the same way. If you say you have a character program, I need to know what is your definition of character. So when you implement your program, I can tell whether you are successful based upon what you said character was and how much that element is improved. So, cherished values starts with a definition. And here is the definition that is used in this program. Character is the degree to which a person's actions are in accordance or line with his or her beliefs or values. It is the consistency between what a person is and what he claims to be. Socrates, the great Greek philosopher, put it this way: the shortest and surest way to live with honor in the world is to be in reality what we would appear to be. All human virtue, he says, increase and strengthen themselves by the practice and experience of them. Values are crucial to character because character is defined by how closely one walks in line with that which he values. So the Cherished Values Character Program has a definition, and it comes with its own values. 25 of the cherished values of the American people. These values are crucial to our civilization, our culture, our way of life, our progress. It is our measure of what we are doing, how we are doing it, and why we do the things that we do. Our values are essential to our lives. And what are these values? The Cherished Values Program consists of 25 of those values. They are life and human dignity, religion and religious freedom, country and citizenship, personal freedoms, respect for the rights of others, respect for others' property, justice and fair play, motherhood, family, respect for the elderly, taking personal responsibility, diligent and honest work, knowledge, contributing to society, obeying the rules, respect for authority, taking care of the environment, gratitude, humility, loyalty, compassion, worthy accomplishments, honesty in speech and deed, courage, and virtue. These are the values that are essential to our way of life, and they are the values that are the core values of Cherished Values Character Program. So, we have two things here in the Cherished Values Character Program. First, we have the definition of character. Second, we have the values as a part of the program. And the third thing that distinguishes Cherished Values Character Program from other character programs is that we have our own text. We have a text for elementary school level, high school and beyond, and a teacher's manual. Each of these books adds immensely to this program and further distinguishes it from any other character program. The high school book explains in detail every one of the values and gives examples of the values and even has in it issues that students have to deal with, and the students have an opportunity to choose the good value thing to do in those issues. The teacher's manual has a wealth of information for teachers on how to help students have an even better understanding of the values, better than they would get from just reading the book, which itself is very inclusive and very easy to read and has quite a bit of helpful information. But the teacher's manual helps teachers help the kids to go further in their understanding of the Cherished Values Character Program. The teacher's manual also has instructions for leaders on how to implement the program among any group of students that are interested in developing a deeper understanding and a stronger commitment to the cherished values of the American people. And in addition to the explanations about the values, the teacher's manual has an abundance of writing assignments that can be used to help kids write about the values and increase their understanding of those values and improve their ability to articulate them both in speech and in writing. Those assignments can also be used outside of the character program. In fact, many schools have used the teacher's manual as a writing guide for students in classes where they didn't use the entire character program. So this teacher's manual can be used in several different ways, even though its main objective is to help teachers help students gain a deeper understanding of the core values of the American people and to commit more strongly to those values. So there you have it, the Cherished Values Character Program, a program that is based upon 25 of the cherished values of the American people, that comes with its own text and a teacher's manual and a very clear definition of character. I hope that you have enjoyed and understood very well the information in this brief presentation. Following this presentation are more presentations about the specific values in the character program. I invite you to listen to those presentations, and I also invite you to look into the possibility of getting the Cherished Values Character Program for the group that you are involved with. If you are a classroom teacher, if you are a scout leader, if you are a leader of a community group, church group, synagogue group, any group that you want to embrace these cherished values of the American people and make them a part of their character, this Cherished Values Character Program is a perfect program to do just that. I invite you to visit our website, cherishedvalues.com, and find out even more about the Cherished Values Character Program. And I invite you to listen to Part 2 and Part 3 of this presentation. And to come again and invite your friends to come to this podcast and listen to this presentation about the Cherished Values Character Program. Have your principals and your teacher friends and community group leaders. Have anyone you know who wants to have a better group of kids and a stronger America, have them come and listen to this presentation and consider Cherished Values Character Program to strengthen the cherished values of the American people. I'm William Jenkins. Thanks for listening, and come again.